Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
The boogie woman is coming for you, Rose! Drop that motherfucking mic on him. Yo, JOANNA J-Check is confirming that she's already on fight week weight, and she talked about a potential move to 125 pounds. Another very interesting topic. What up, Valentina Shevchenko? If you ain't know. No, let's get into this though. JOANNA J-Check confirmed she's already on fight week weight. This is interesting because JOANNA J-Check, after her loss to Rose Namajunas, she talked about how her weight cut, or her nutritionist, one of those, were kind of to blame because her weight cut really affected her performance at UFC 211, 215, Madison Square Garden. I think it was UFC, what was that, man? 217, UFC 217, Madison Square Garden, George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping, JOANNA J-Check versus Rose Namajunas. You know what I'm saying? That was a big fight. And JOANNA J-Check lost her belt that night, kind of, shocked the world. Rose Namajunas, going into the fight, there weren't a lot of people that were picking Rose Namajunas. Now, JOANNA J-Check was getting a little bit of heat for her pre-fight antics going into the fight. She was selling herself as the boogie woman. She was saying all type of stuff to Rose Namajunas that people thought might have found disrespectful, or what she said, she was like mentally unstable and stuff like that. And Rose Namajunas was just being humble, saying like the Lord's Prayer before the fight. Like, all right, I'm about to fight this bitch. I'm not gonna let her get into my head. Lord, please get this bitch out of my face before I bust her motherfucking taco. Do the boom boom. So, Rose Namajunas versus JOANNA J-Check ended up happening, and Rose Namajunas ended up shocking the world, knocking out JOANNA J-Check in the first round. Now Rose Namajunas is the current champion, and there's a lot of people that are looking like she's just JOANNA J-Check's kryptonite. And part of the reason is because Rose Namajunas has been training with Valentina Shevchenko. And just in case you ain't know, Valentina Shevchenko does have 3 wins over JOANNA J-Check in Muay Thai, and I believe these fights took place at 125 pounds. Now that division, 125 pounds, is brand new to the UFC. So Valentina Shevchenko was fighting at 135, and JOANNA J-Check was fighting at 115. They've crossed paths in Muay Thai, but they never fought in the UFC because they were in different divisions. Now, the 125-pound division, it has opened up. Valentina Shevchenko had that performance over Priscilla Cachoeira. We all remember that, pretty brutal. And Valentina Shevchenko is looking like the uncrowned queen of the 125-pound division. Well, JOANNA J-Check, she's going to be fighting Rose Namajunas in a rematch. And if for whatever reason, and maybe people are right, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Rose Namajunas does have JOANNA J-Check's number. If JOANNA J-Check loses the rematch to Rose Namajunas, she probably will not be fighting for the title again anytime soon, and might be looking to move up in her division, which she also move up divisions, which she also talked about in this interview. She said, I feel good right now. The weight cut's not, too much of a problem. I'm already on fight week weight. But, I still am interested in, I have further aspirations of becoming a champion in another division. I might, want to become a champ too. So even if I win the belt back, I might go up to 125 pounds and try and fight for another belt. Or if JOANNA J-Check loses, she might go up to 125 pounds. But we know Valentina Shevchenko is going to be waiting for her up there. So right now, JOANNA J-Check's focus is, of course, on this rematch with Rose Namajunas. If she wins the rematch with Rose Namajunas, there could be a trilogy in the wings. JOANNA versus Rose 3. This fight's going to be in Brooklyn. The first fight was in Madison Square Garden. I could see the trilogy going back to Madison Square Garden. If you know what I'm saying? If JOANNA happened to get the belt back, we went Madison, Brooklyn, back to Madison Square Garden where the upset happened. That would be insane. But JOANNA would have to win the belt back first. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm telling you, there's a lot of fans out there that believe JOANNA J-Check is chopped liver. Maybe it's because, her personality, people didn't like her, you know what I'm saying? Like her trash talk. And so when she lost, people were waiting on that to happen. Like when Conor lost, there was a lot of people like, I fucking told you, I told you. And then he had to come back and get that win. So now this is kind of like that situation. No one really expected Conor McGregor to lose to Nate Diaz, but he did. So now he came back and got the win, and we're waiting on the trilogy. JOANNA J-Check, nobody really expected Rose Namajunas to beat her. but she did. Now she's coming back for that rematch, and if she gets a win, everyone will be waiting on the trilogy. So we could be looking at like a Connor Nate female situation here. If Joanna Jacek gets the win, everybody will be dying to see the trilogy fight. Hey, it is what it is. I've said enough in this video. Joanna's confirmed, though, that her weight cut should not be a problem for this fight. No excuses. You know, got her nutrition on point. And so, hey, that's good, because a lot of people don't like the excuses she's been throwing out after that first loss. But if she comes back and gets the win, people are going to have to kind of sit back and maybe chill on the Joanna hate for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Until the rematch comes back around, but it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.